everyone, welcome back to Ace Attorney with myself and Mollie, Rhyme Master. Little slightly different opening, different outfit because it's not really me, not really trying to be fancy and sophisticated and learning you all on the art of writing. No, this time it's literally just me and Mollie sitting around to play a game. Mollie, how are you doing today? Also, I am washed the frack out. I'm gonna lower my lights.
Great start to the stream.
I did not balance my color before doing this. Alright. Alright, there we go. And I'm back. So, rip eardrums. You guys okay? Is it too loud? Is something too loud? Oh, I'm too loud.
I don't know, but I just...
There we go. There!
All over myself.
Is that more acceptable, people?
Little spot time.
Yeah, he began journey with Molly Sky to solve a case of Winter Schnee, meeting along the way some interesting characters. Recap, Food Mommy is best girl, we're pretty sure Floof or Fat Man is the killer, and this series has only slightly less cringy ships than BBC Sherlock. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I did not realize my mic... Yo. Or you freeze. That works, too. I didn't realize that my mic was up so far.
Limit on how deep it goes, and it's not very loud.
Yeah, I turned it down. I did not... for some reason, it's going a little bit higher than I want it to right now. There, -9 decibels. Hopefully that evens it out nice and strong. So let's
The intro music is still playing.
It's still playing. There, -9 decibels. Hopefully
that's what William said. There's a Ruby Ace Attorney game? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's many Ruby Ace Attorney fanfics.
Oh wait, that was me, William. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it shouldn't be playing. Yeah, there actually is a playable Ruby Ace Attorney game, because there was that. I don't know if you ever played it, but there is custom games you can make online.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Someone made like custom sprites for all that.
The Ruby Ace Attorney case. How will that even work? All of them have like 2 brain cells.
Well, Winter's sorry,
and not in a fun way.
I think they like. I mean, I think you'll be happy that Lana was basically retrofitted into Winter. So let's continue. Rise from the ashes.
Chris is really disappointed in me for drinking soda, but I'm really tired today, so I'm trying to wake myself up a little.
Okay. Here we go. Right. So where do we move now?
We're talking a Gumshoe, so.
Yeah. Oh, we got something, didn't we? We got something last time. Nope. T-back. It was present. Letter of introduction. Okay, that's what we need. So last time, basically, they're murder. That's about the long and short of it. And we're trying to investigate to help good old Emma Sky, this bubbly little forensic genius in the making.
Very stupid child. Very stupid.
Incredibly stupid child. Who knows basic forensics. You will see what basic forensics looks like soon enough. Cuts Gumshoe's salary. No, don't cut his salary. He has a wife and possibly kids at some point. Oh man, I can't wait to get to the second game. Oh, that where they introduce Maggie and you get to see. Oh, they're so cute.
I can't wait till we get to the last case of the second game where we just all lose our minds. You know, something I always appreciate about Ace Attorney is that for a game that is exclusively about murders, they make this all very lighthearted.
Yeah, they really do find a way to make it very, very uplifting at times too. Like very, very. It's a very nice game. It's a very pleasant game to play.
Pleasant.
Never seen gameplay of this game before?
Right.
Well, you're in for a treat. It's a fun game. It's more of a visual novel, frankly, but like it has a lot of cool game elements. February 2nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I think this is you.
I don't know whose line that is.
I think it's lunch lady, lunch mummy.
Let's. I want to see.
Okay.
I have to be getting back to the shop.
Sorry, it looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps.
Yeah. Okay. It's Marshall.
Yeah. And this is her. Because those two are dating, remember?
I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, it's okay. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks, didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard? What?
It's like not the same voice I used last time. I don't even care because like last time it like really hurt my throat.
Yeah.
Trying to go too low. Light-hearted, family-friendly murder case.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Okay, talk. The victim. Molly.
Sorry, I got distracted looking at you. There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime. A cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of a desert's harsh judgment.
There are people in Los Angeles who are just like this. He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Okay, so I have to show him the present. E. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right to the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cowdog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. I like how they, like, usually it's just like thrown away, but like they always sometimes they sometimes have like little descriptors that go a little beyond that. All right, now let's talk. Officer Marshall, can you tell us more about the victim? Is there a way I can just... Good men always die young. Remember that partner. Could you be more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Now, keen viewers, if you remember from last time, Angel Star said something that already contradicts what this says. Does anyone remember what it was? I remember.
I totally remember.
We'll wait for chat to keep up, but I'll keep going. Goodman's autopsy report added to court record.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in...
Chief Prospector Sky.
Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So, there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector.
Chief Prospector.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot?
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't...
Very Western.
I don't mean via any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now. So how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina?
Except for everything.
Yeah. So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth. Eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Let's see. Well, let's present this. That was the wrong button. I see your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star, shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night.
It's like $5 from a souvenir store.
Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight.
Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. Yeah, isn't that kind of illegal?
Yeah, it is illegal.
Let's see, chat was busy lusting over food mommy to do detective work. Damn it! Damn it, chat! Stop! Horny stick, bonk! No!
Here, I got it.
What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card. Strangely enough, we found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rattle? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas.
Texas.
This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence.
In the tiny little town of Los Angeles.
Or, alternatively, Tokyo. What difference does a few yards make, compadre?
Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas.
Oh god, I love Emma.
There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros.
Ah, a toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could shield with that? A toy knight, maybe?
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? I've read in so many fan fictions.
You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it?
Hey, they could use the same shield over and over.
Note to self. The prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Oh, that was a good note. Alright, compadre. Count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Parking stub? 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in like a trot, real slow-like.
Trot?
My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Alright, this is just... skip through this.
Alright.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about the autopsy report I gave you.
Anything new with the examination? No. Okay.
Nah.
So Q, cha-cha, real smooth now. Alright. This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. Can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Fuck yeah. Right. Let's check it out. Oh, it just automatically taking me there.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Especially since this takes place in 2016 and most people have moved over to smartphones. Actually, you know, weirdly, this weirdly retroactively makes some sense because now people now won't know how to use flip phones anymore. So they'll be as equally confused by flip phones as they are by anyone from like the early 2000s would be about flip phones.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Oh, I forgot to read a line. Okay. Oops. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button.
Beep!
My roommate made his ringtone the ringtone from Luigi's Mansion 3.
I had this as my ringtone for a little while. I actually still have it as my alarm. Hey, that song! I know that! Hey, what's going on over there? Beep! Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed the redial on that phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belonged to Chief Prospector Sky.
I love that Emma doesn't know what her own sister's phone looks or sounds like.
What? It's my sister's?
Well, considering apparently they've had a strained relationship this whole time.
Yeah, no, it's like evident, but like, it's sad.
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who'd she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. Phoenix! Put it together, man! I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Man, Texas sounds more and more awesome the more and more this guy describes it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. Property of Lana Sky. The last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Gummy Bear is the ringtone. Oh, God. But yeah, I was going to say, like, that was the theme of the Silver Samurai. For anyone that watched me and Fatman's playthrough of it, which you should, there is an entire playlist on this channel that freshly added, that's adding these streams to it, where we go through the Ace Attorney the first Ace Attorney game. So if you want to understand where that theme came from, it's case number 3 in the original Ace Attorney. So, all right, let's see what's there. B block is through there. That's where visitors park.
I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance.
Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching on a juicy-looking steak.
Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy?
There we go. Just don't think too deeply about it. You'll be fine. Oh, hey.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are relegated to B block.
I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Okay, let's look at the car itself.
Oh, Phoenix.
This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted.
Yeah, I'm not doing the deep voice anymore. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn.
Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks.
Alright, let's not waste too much time. I just want to say, like, let's not waste too much time on things that we can get through the...
Okay.
We don't have to inspect everything.
Well, I mean...
This rope.
Yeah.
Is it...
Yep, they laid in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Okay, is there anything else we need to examine in here? I don't think so. Okay.
Emma has a car. It's also her bed. Yes, Emma has a race car bed.
Is there anyone over here? No, no one over here. Okay, talk.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister?
That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall!
Yeah, Bambina.
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies... Wrong person. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
Rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? I hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. Well, you're saying what? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? And I'm getting a call.
Oh, that was real life.
That's real life. I'll be right back.
Guys, my stream now.
And I'm back. Time for a Bambina. Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. Unless they're firing blanks. Molly's the captain now. Molly was previously the captain. I am back. I'm actually going to send out another... where is... tweets?
What does Floof send during stream time? This better be important, Floof.
And retweet. What? Going live in 20 minutes. What? Wait, I sent out another one. What the? Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Home. Come on, Twitter, work with me here. No, I don't want to look at this garbage. Let me tweet.
You know what's wild? We haven't even met like the main person in this case yet.
Oh yeah. Live now. Continuing Phoenix Rays turning. Okay. And tweet. And close that, and we're good. Alright, now we're back. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? Not talk. Present. Do we have anything to present? Cell phone?
We already talked about the cell phone.
Yeah, but we
My
didn't.
sister's cell phone.
Yeah, we didn't talk to him about it. Last time it was used with 518, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make a call? Okay. Anything to examine in here? I don't think there's anything to examine.
No, let's just move on. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where we move on to next. I guess detention center?
I think so.
Gotta ask her about things. Nope.
No. That's the fun part about this game. You just can guess.
Wright and Co. law offices? Nope. Anything weird? Nope. Police department entrance. Nope. Prosecutor's office then, I guess? Because, yeah, that's right. They talked about the office. Oh, no. Where do we go?
The quintessential Ace Attorney experience. Oh, you know what you haven't examined was the barrels.
If I did examine them. See? Check mark.
Ah.
Oh, wait. This bar.
This wall is in our way.
It's got a faucet of water.
Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank.
I fail to see how that makes any difference either way. Oh, great, that added nothing. Do we need to represent something? They're absolutely important. Floof sent the ransom note. Cats and cat pictures are very important. They are incredibly important, Floof. Detention center, high prosecutor's office, police department entrance. Let's try police department entrance. I think maybe we can go... No, but if we present something to him... That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, that's,
Should have the walkthrough, and my computer's too slow to handle it, though.
No. No. Oh dear. Oh dear, we are lost. Wright and Co. law offices. Maybe I have to present her things? Nope. Nope.
Don't they usually tell you where to go next, you ask?
There's nothing to ask her. Underground parking lot. Let's go back to the underground parking lot, see if we can, like... There has to be something we haven't examined yet. Oh, the trunk. Because I thought, you know, they mentioned that the trunk was popped open. I thought that was part of the description of just the car.
Ah.
What's this? Looks like some sort of note.
Look, something's written on it.
67S 12-2. You're right, let's see. 67S 12-2.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed?
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self for deductive reasoning, go Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record.
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma?
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai song, isn't it? The popular TV show for kids? The phone that
You
rang
look so
earlier wasn't
objective.
mine. It was yours. Oh, I forgot this point, yeah.
Oh.
At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Let's have an update in the court record. Boom. I love the suspense music. Detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. We're finally moving. I think we're moving on to the court scene.
How many to-be continues are there in this case? Like 6?
More than that. It gotta be like 8. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2.
2017. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
You are the worst attorney I've ever heard of. Ever. There's a reason why they're called advocates. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Oh, that's way more comfortable.
My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. And Emma.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
That's such like a bitchy thing to say. It's like a very petty thing to say.
It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in court since this trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say.
Mr. Wright, did you adopt another young teenage girl again?
I'm collecting them like Pokemon cards. The judgment has to be made here. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Mr. Edgeworth, I wrote something about you once. It's...
Just confess all of her dirty Fujoshi smut. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to a crime, a professional witness. That's a bad thing. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. A cuff-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down.
Ah, and for you I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It tastes so, it's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. What was that? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Like the most old person food existence. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it.
Alright, chat, get more people in here. Everyone needs to appreciate Food Mommy.
Food Mommy.
Did you read this line?
Hold on. No, I'm gonna read Brady's comment in the voice.
Edgeworth, please find my foot of you in Phoenix.
Ah! Let's see, I don't think that would fly in court. I believe Japan has presumption of guilt to the accused based on the arrest itself being a negative against them. Yeah, no, Japan is terrifying. They have a 99% conviction rate. Never get arrested in Japan or you're screwed. Because quite frankly, they don't arrest you unless they have like a case closed type situation. Why does she have onigiri on her hat? She sells food. That's why.
Dude, it's Ace Attorney. Everybody's committed to their character. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Ed?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Starr was a detective?
I'm sure my roommates heard that one.
I know who you are. Cough up?
Cop Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with your description then, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here.
Media, pick up the Ace Attorney trilogy. It's superb. It's pretty cheap on Steam. It's like $20 on Steam, I think. May 30.
The parking lot at the prosecutor's divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up the prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. This is me trying to do a sexy voice. Okay. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
And parking lot with parking lot floor plans. Wonderful. Good to have. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems some poor unwilling losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor.
He's a defense attorney! I really hate, how, I mean, I get that it's kind of comedic, kind of for a shtick, but, they're really dismissive of the fact that defense attorneys are supposed to defend their client emphatically, to the point of lunacy.
Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
Media, do not believe those slanderous lies. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Gotta give Phoenix that little vocal fry.
Yeah. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I said something, perhaps it was my finely owned detective's intuition at work. Through wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a guy's car. I love everybody was roasting Edgeworth's car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
It's good to see the next generation still appreciates the classics.
Yes.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. I'm going to play with the audio settings here for just a minute.
Alright, I get to rest. I'm not reading all the old dialogue.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you do that. So basically, we go through the... For those of you who don't know, this is the witness examination portion, where we go through all what the witness says and present evidence against it. Or press them. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Q, press. How did you know?
Are you gonna press every statement? Please don't do that.
Only the important ones, but I'll figure out which ones those are. It's been a while since I've played this.
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? Just maybe.
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Lunchbox is your boyfriend. Okay, so what do we have in our evidence right now? We have one full bar of evidence. Alright, so what do we have that we
I think
could...
we get like 4.
Yeah. Perhaps it was my finally honed detective intuition at work. Press. By garish car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife which the victim was stabbed with was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant.
Saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her.
She's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
I want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. It's like such a weird line to deliver.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism?
I may be relegated to the lowly position of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Starr. Oh.
Media look, I didn't have a choice. I had to read that line.
Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Chief prosecutor... it was holding a knife in her right hand. Well, now we have... What? No, gotta get used to these controls a little bit. No. Okay. D back. Back. There's no presenting things yet. Okay, so I think we press on this, I think? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that is about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person.
Perhaps the chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy end of the tip of the knife into the Goodman's chest.
I think it's the statement before that, because you didn't get anything.
The statement before that was through the wire fence. We actually got that image.
I meant the one after that.
This one? The pointy knife?
No, hold on. I'll get the transcript, don't worry.
I feel like there's something in this image that we're missing.
Crime photo to, like, any... I think.
What?
I think you present the crime photo to, so the chief prosecutor is holding the knife in her right hand.
Okay. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding the knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that?
Sorry, I'm reading the script to see what we have to do next. Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
That's a black and white photograph. Oh, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. No problem except you. That was it.
Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea? Well,
Objection.
yep. When in doubt, object. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Lunch lady.
I know, it was frozen on my end.
Oh, okay.
It's back now. Well, it appears I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Like, wasn't the right read. I don't care.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice.
Emma, you're getting all the wrong advice.
I didn't have time to stop her.
And media, yeah, you're right. Edgeworth has zero chill. He is the most fucking scathing person you might meet.
Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Premeditated.
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. No, those are like leather bike, not leather biker, but like leather dress gloves. They look like nice. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Ah! These gloves do seem like a tale of premeditation.
A premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Didn't mean to skip that. I was just clicking. said before anything else. Oh, shit. I'm just fucking up all over the place. So we'll just go back.
Present Edgeworth tonight on that new statement.
Yeah. Let's see. The wire fence. Murder was planned. Yep. Tab.
Because she didn't bring her own weapon.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon? The red car? All belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
Yes!
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. These gloves indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh.
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order! 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 Great, now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. I mean, that's a big distinction between first and second degree murder.
That could be 20 years versus life in prison.
The one who seems to care is that... The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now? Angel's deduction.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again. The
victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning on killing the delivery boy?
Yes. In case the defense may now cross-examine the witness. For the record, Angel here is exactly who Cinder should have been. Just putting that out there. Also,
insane.
Also, this is what I pointed out earlier. I already know exactly... Oh, shit. Didn't mean to skip right past it.
Present Goodman autopsy report.
Yeah, I know. Challenging her ability as detective really set her off. I didn't mean that we're reading through this dialogue, I guess.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
Okay, so it's... She called the victim there. I'm sure she had a grudge. Alright, there we go. That's what I was... This is why I pointed out. Autopsy report. He was stabbed how many times? You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. Lunch lady would be more intimidating than Cinder. With my must surprise!
With a food like that, yes. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really.
A hunk?
What about my objection? No one noticed. Well, witness?
You got crime scenes, right?
Thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why she must have stabbed him at least twice.
That wouldn't change blood splatter necessarily. At least not significantly at times. It just tells what you saw through, that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was, where I present crime photo. What's up, Nightblade? He said sup to the Gucci gang. This is Gucci gang, not Gucci gang.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. And you've... with this photograph.
Huh? But that can't be!
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Yeah. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. Everyone towards Edgeworth. Harsh words, but good.
There's so much left for Angel's testimonies. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
It's just an entire segment. Sorry in advance to everyone because I don't voice this character well. She changes so much. It's really hard to keep up with.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver?
Was there a scarf? No, not that, but something red. Really?
Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude. Back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember something accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. His next testimony might be the moment of truth.
Nope, there's like 3 more. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her right to her, and arrested her on the spot. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but again, Angel Star, resistance is futile.
I am Angel Star of Borg. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
My favorite thing about Ace Attorney is I love when sprites start getting like more and more unhinged.
Oh yeah.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. She kicked over an oil drum!
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I'm not doing the row.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, he could do.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will. Alright, so I'm guessing...
I've done those calculations before, and there was water in that oil barrel, so if you assume it was like mostly full, it would be about 400 pounds, which means that Lana can kick the force greater than 400 pounds. Not exactly, because it's a little more complicated than that, but...
Or did someone donate? What? Someone did something. I just heard it. Heard the chime. Oh, no. Oh no, the frame. Okay, there we go. I was trying to grab this.
Oh, it was the subscription.
It was subscription, that was it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Okay, well. So I'm guessing we present the try the tracer. Do we have to, I think, press her on something and then present the map, right?
Yeah.
So press her on the quickly caught her thing?
I think it's the first thing. No, it's I think it's the second.
Second one, do I press or present?
I think you pressed.
You say quickly, were you close to the suspect?
As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details.
Yes.
I like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain-link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! I cough up cream. Lunch lady athlete indeed. Every time someone subscribes, an angel gets its wings. Yes.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? So where do we go now from here?
I believe you... Well,
The fence was not a wall.
You press I think you press most statements here. I think you pressed that last one too.
Okay. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word? So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on the phone.
Her phone? She can't mean...
Ask further.
By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Oh. She said yes, ultimately. Didn't mean to skip past that. Ultimately.
My memory is like a salmon heading upstream.
No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall? That's right, near the car there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? Should, of course, add that to your testimony. The things I... Oh, it's you.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Now, does anyone in the chat see the contradiction here? We're gonna have too much of a delay. Contradiction is that there's a wall in the way.
Yeah.
So...
I saw it all. I think you, hold on. You present the
the map.
Yeah.
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight shining armor prosecutor? You, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Ah yes, first pursuit of the case. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told to the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness has lied about where she saw it. Is it where she saw it, I think?
It's where she saw it, yeah.
Miss Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask you, a clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard up until now points in one direction. The policeman...
He's to the left of the partition. The security room, I'm pretty sure.
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone right there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Now, in this case, Your Honor, the witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have it been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr.
Order! Order, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the guy at the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Routes!
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change?
The distance to the crime.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Rhymes, but one look at the floor plan is quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Are you kidding me?
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take for her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from a security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? We're all witness?
You.
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
That sounds delicious.
No.
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. No, I like the squid wheels sound good.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. But before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go to the visitors parking in B-Lot.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
Took your sweet ass time. Considering that hallway is no longer than what, 100 feet?
Yeah, that's slow.
Yeah, you were waltzing, ma'am.
Also, I just realized her necklace looks like those little hot dog octopus you get.
Yeah, we discussed that last time, actually.
I didn't notice.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Girlfriend in chat, guys.
Girlfriend in chat! Hey!
I almost knocked off my headphones for girlfriend in chat. Hey! We're good. Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Have any evidence to stop this?
Raise an objection. I think either does something. Like the same thing.
5 minutes between the witnessing the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like al dente, if you like it al dente.
I love that. Like the thing is, you have to read all these serious, like these ridiculous lines in such a serious voice. I have lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Just think, hey, Judge, you have the instincts of a killer. Great. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. Have we?
Have we? Let me check.
The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony.
Ugh.
Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? What? D. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that canned shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Should I do my best? Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squeals, right?
That's why she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything left else to say? Damn! For all those people putting Edgeworth Iris fix out there. There's like one. I've seen one.
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Imagine all the little, like, lunchbox sprites they had to make for this.
I know, it's great. Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about the decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, it was to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had the blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
This
Me
woman!
too.
This woman's a bicycle. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know 2 rules of evidence evidence law. Rule 1: no evidence shall show up without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
Oh man, is evidence law gonna come into play?
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Added to record. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. What are we looking for here?
Press everything.
Oh boy. Why'd you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy, vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arraigned testimony, erasing and manipulating evidence.
Did you just say arraigned testimony?
I thought it was arraigned for a second, like, because that's a word. And I knew it was arranged, so I mixed it up.
Also, I really hate how falsified is used, like, oh, we falsified this. And it's like, oh, that means you found out that it's, like, you made sure it was true. But falsifying is also to fabricate. So it's like, I hate that.
When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it. For false testimony is the most despicable of crime. Most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. Did I not bring this up?
I think you just go through it. I don't think you have to press everything, actually.
Oh, I just have to go through it? And you found the shoe at the scene...
It looks like it.
Yeah, and you found the shoe at the scene of crime.
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful about waiting for the police to arrive.
So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. This fashionable basket I have here. It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
I think just go through it. I don't think you have to press everything, actually.
Yeah. That's pretty sly hiding evidence like that.
There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget. Scientific investigation is the wave of the future.
Yeah, you have to, examine the shoe.
Maybe I should investigate this evidence more closely. Okay, shoe time.
Ah! There's blood here, too.
On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's. Must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue. Guess we can... here we go.
This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when we saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis.
Is there anything else about this that we need to examine? I don't think so.
No, that's it. I think you just move on from there.
Alright, do I present it?
I don't think he presented it.
Do I just run through now, or where do I go?
I think you just run through. It's hard to tell.
Actually, Lieutenant. No. Should mention, so let's see. Now the amount of the victim's shoe. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe.
It's the last one. It's the last one.
Lana Sky?
No, it's.
Oh, there we go.
This shoe proves it. It's lost. Yeah, it's that one.
Nope. Oh, press it.
No, you don't. You press it. You don't present on it.
Yep. Out. Okay.
It's weird how that works, but.
Can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the pepper fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. I love this game.
It's great.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem.
In this game, ask you, do you want to raise an objection? You always say yes.
I think there actually is one part where they pull a trick on you and it is punishing. Where there is nothing to raise. If I'm not imagining things, I said there is one critical problem with this evidence.
Happen in investigations.
Yeah. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's see what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
It's the soul, yeah.
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or all blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the bottom of this shoe?
Present crime photo.
The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints around the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness?
What?
Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true, there has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end, but she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again.
She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. She's beautiful but deadly, a predator in this leopard woman row.
Row? I love the quick read on row.
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's like 400 pounds.
Lana kicked over 400 pounds.
That's at least 200 pounds of force. At least.
That means she leg presses like 400 too, because that's 200. That was one kick.
Yeah.
Like one leg.
Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What?
Good thing he's as strong as a demon.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstain left on the bottom of the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Did she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please!
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she's tried to conceal. She tried to conceal it.
But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well.
But Angel Star's on the prosecution side. Could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant Lana Sky.
Hold it! Little girl.
What did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Oh, it was her hold it, not Emma's.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it, yeah. Whatever. Tired.
It's all good.
Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well. I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Right, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
I'm just gonna start talking like this full time.
The time for deliberation is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough queen. Look at this! 3 exclamation points.
A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe had belonged to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in the photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems it's what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not? Don't be
This is Mia.
Oh. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't make you have another relatively deep voiced character. Get yourself up with the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph! The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence a proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Right on, Mr. Wright. Show me the court where the problem with this photograph.
Oh, Mufflergate! It's Mufflergate time!
Yep. The problem is in this photograph.
Can we save Mufflergate for next stream, level 6?
You mean save right now?
Yeah, is that okay?
Okay. The problem in this photograph
Actually,
is right... What?
We're right near a continue. We can
Okay, good. We can power through. Problem in this photograph is right here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of any muffler or scarf or any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system, a pipe. Just how, like, bullet markings are the fingerprints of a gun. I see, and I see. What's this suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Oh, it's you.
So what if there's something sticking out of the car's muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us what you think the piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Cell phone.
Yep. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's why she had me confused earlier in the testimony.
Muffler. Ah.
Yarg!
Yeah.
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Wow.
And this is the lady that everyone simps for. She makes those sounds, guys. Well, it seems like we have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
Sus? Among Us. I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Oh, that was close, but we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? And there we have our case for today, folks.
Sorry, I suck at reading lines, you guys. I'm doing my best here.
But yes, thank you all so much for joining us. It was about a nice, fun 2 hours. Very, very good time.
I look forward to next week. I think that's where we get, like, the big guy in this case.
Well, next week, it's our challenge to the viewers.
Not 2 weeks. Yes, next week, the challenge to the viewers was secrets. That was the key word.
Yes. So, we look forward to reading all those entries next week. That said, remember that for $1 or more, you get access to the Team Frostbite Patreon, where the Team Frostbite Discord server, where and now Molly, she's back in there, and Fatman and Dashi and sometimes British Ninja, we're all regularly active.
You can watch me get into fights. You can watch me get into fights. That's what I do.
Yes, she loves her acrid arguments. Oh my God, Fatman just messaged me. just messaged me. You gotta be kidding me. Let me see what it says. I'm gonna look at my phone.
For 2 weeks now.
There.
Get him for 2 weeks. It's gonna be a scam.
But yes, for $1 more to the Team Frostbite Discord server, you get access to my Patreon. You get access to the Team Frostbite Discord server, get interact with us on the regular, and you get to share in fun activities such as tonight. As every Friday night, we have bad fanfiction reading, where me and some regulars in the Tundra read through bad fanfictions in a hilarious way. It's a lot of fun. We're wrapping up the Abused and Neglected Male Reader series right now.
Yeah.
Which apparently is getting a rewrite. He's rewriting it, so I'm going to be excited to get to that. And so I would love to see you all there. It's very exciting stuff. Is there anything else we need to add, Molly? Not Dashie, Molly.
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll catch you all on the flip